short down. I just made a short directing everyone to the Circle of Arms page. Um, was gonna transition to the COA page today. It made sense today to do like the review. I haven't been live on this channel for a couple weeks, so thought it would make sense, but just tried to do it, and because I haven't gone live yet on the Circle of Arms channel, it wanted me to activate something or other, and it said it needed 24 hours for it to do so. Um, so here we are, behind Koa. There we are. Here we are. Expecting a few new people tonight. Met some new arm wrestlers and whatnot yesterday at the PAA devastating Devon comp. Be talking about that tonight. Um, loads went down. Loads went down. We had the women's open. Two new competitors. We had the Masters. Oh, who's calling me? I thought it'd be Ash. Ash, mate. Ash, mate, I'm live. I'm live. I'm gonna have to call you back. We had the women's. We had the Masters. We had the under 80 novice, under 100 novice, and the super heavyweights, the open class as well. And then we had the PAA War Zone, the Pro War Zone, which is the first time I've seen it play out. I know they've done it twice already, or the PAA have done it once already. Dan Earthquake, the PAA president, has done it twice now. First time did it at the I can't remember how you say it properly. Udazumo. Udazumo, I think it's called. It's basically the freedom arm wrestling. Freedom arm wrestling. He did the Udazumo competition back in January. It was a tag team king of the table style freedom arm wrestling competition, which was very interesting. Very interesting. First time that it's been done in the UK. Um, and Dan had tweaked it a couple times, a few different ways for the other competitions coming up as well. So that was interesting. We'll get onto that. But yeah, it was a great day, great day. Good to see some old faces, some new faces. Great reffing. Great competition. The venue was excellent. Shout out to Kyle Crosby, down at the Devon arm wrestling team. Kyle's been doing quite a lot of work over the past year. He organized last year's devastating Devon comp, which was very successful. So coming back this year, bigger and better venue. They had seating like the cinema. So boom, up in tiered seats, which was awesome. Great to see. You could see everything that was going on. Um, no heads in the way, no bodies in the way. So if you had someone like Harley Potter or Lewis Alexander, the beast from Norwich Arm Wrestling, you could still see. So the venue was absolutely spot on. Hopefully be back there a couple times again. Whether it gets used again for PAA this year, I doubt it because we've only got the novice nationals and the pro nationals for the PAA this year. Um, and Devon's quite a long way for everyone to get to. Imagine like Leeds or Manchester, like Club Torture coming down to Devon. That's quite a long way. But for the Devon comp for the southern clubs, it was pretty good. I think it took us 3.5 hours, about 3.5 hours to get there. So, quite a way, but No, it was good, good journey. Traffic was okay. We left pretty early, so it didn't take that long. So yeah, big shout out to Carl for organizing, and obviously Dan Earthquake for running the event. We also had food on the day provided. We had pasties, of course. We had pasties. Can't be in Devon or Cornwall without having pasties there. And yeah, food, drink, at all the, toilets, everything like that. Um, so yeah, it was good. It was good to see everyone. Good to see the Devon lot, the Cornish lot. Good to meet the people from Taunton arm wrestling. Or we have James White, who did very, very well that day. Darren Lunn and Jordan Davies. Very good to meet those lot. Been seeing some really good work come out of that club in a recent few months, so it's good to meet them. Big shout out to James White, who was in the Dragonfire competition a few weeks ago. He won the right arm, and he said he didn't compete on the left. So this competition yesterday, Devastating Devon, was his first left arm comp, which is absolutely mad to think because he came through and actually won both arms. So big shout out and congratulations to James White from the Taunton Arm Wrestling. I believe he's now actually pro, um, going by the PAA rule set of either have to place three times in a regional or a national, have to win two regional events or win win a national event. And I believe he's turned pro from this, winning the Dragonfire comp and winning both arms in the Devastating Devon comp. So well done, James White. Darren Lund doing very well. Actually, I had a good few battles with him on the side table on the left. He's a very, very well known presser. Um, very strong guy, very strong guy. And Jordan Davies, super heavyweight, came through and won both left and right arm in the super heavyweights. So very good day for the Taunton Arm Wrestling Club. Didn't have too many in the super heavyweights. We had three competitors, but we made it work. We made it work, and yeah, big showing from them. Another shout out to one of the super heavyweights, Oliver Williams. Um, didn't actually catch which club he's from, but he had match of the day against Alan Milne in the War Zone. Oh my. Um, the room exploded for that match. Absolutely ridiculous. Definitely match of the day, in my opinion. But I'm pretty sure everyone would agree that was there. Ridiculous match. Alan Milne, very experienced, from the Swindon Crusaders. I think he's been arm wrestling 10 plus years, maybe even more. Um, oh, here we go. Oliver Williams from Odin Arms. Odin Arms. Thank you, Andy Wilton. Actually, I should have a look at this chat. Yeah, Andy in the house. Good to see you, mate. Hello, Ru. What's this? Hello, Rue. Have you sitting on the eggs? Rooster. The rooster. Is that the rooster? Surely it's not the rooster. Is it? Don't know. Yeah, Oliver Williams from the Odin Arms. That's a great name for a club, Odin Arms. Match of the day against Alan Milne. So yeah, big turnout for that. So let's bring it back. Let's bring it back a little bit. So start of the day we had the women's class, the women's open class with two competitors. So they did a best of three super match. So we had Bianca Lincoln from the Kernow Arm Wrestlers, new puller from their club, been training with them for I think a couple months. Only had a handful of training sessions, but when you're surrounded by people like Justin Sparks, Shane Salmon, Andy Wilton, Ben Taylor, Harrison Smith, all some really experienced, really great pullers, especially Justin Sparks. Shout out to Justin for creating the Kernel Club back in the day. And big shout out to Shane Salmon as well for absolutely killing the game at the moment. So when you're surrounded by people like that, it doesn't take many sessions to get up there. So Bianca Lincoln was up there against Maddie Burrows. Maddie's also from the Kernow Arm Wrestlers, been training with them for, I think she said about a year on and off. Said she gets there about once a month, so still only a few sessions in, but very strong in the hook. Great hand control, great hand strength, and great side pressure as well. Once she gets deep into the hook, um, very hard to budge her out of that position. So they kicked off the day in the left arm super match. Bianca coming out on top, 2-0, taking the W. But great showing from the both of the ladies, and big respect for starting the day off and actually coming down to compete. Um, yeah, it was good to see more women in the sport, sharing the sport, and goes to show it's not it's not just a male sport. It's a male dominant sport at the moment for sure, but it's like any sport. It's just it's for everyone. Absolutely, it's for anyone who wants to get involved, whoever wants to be strong, wants to be so it's everything. It provides everything as we know in the arm wrestling scene. We love it. Keeps us strong, keeps us motivated. It's social, um, and it's strategy as well. It's not just a strength sport. It's a mind strategy. It's a mental sport as well. So big shout out to Bianca Lincoln and Maddie Burrows. Next, we moved on to the Masters, the is it over 50s, I believe, the Masters. Over 50s, we had the captain, Mark Walden, and Alan Milne. Left arm was pretty dominant from Alan, which or was it Mark? I think Mark actually got both. I know I was surprised actually. I thought Alan would have got the left and Mark would have got the right, but I think I was surprised actually thinking about it. Might have been the other way around. Um, so yeah, only two people in that class. So again, they did a best of three super match. So oh, Mark won both. Oh, I thought Alan won both. Alan won one of them. Mark won both. Thanks Andy for correcting me here. So much went on that day. Can't remember everything, but yeah, Mark Walden did very well. Captain, the natty captain, come through and yeah, decimated clearly. But Alan Milne, big shout out to Alan. He was reffing that day. He was in the war zone in the Masters. So yeah, big shout out to Alan Milne. A lot of respect for that guy. He's been in the game for a long time, and he's a good training partner as well. Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. Long day, bro. It was a long day. I was impressed with how it was a good flow. It was definitely a good flow. But I mean, I think we started prompt for 12 o'clock. I think this was the first arm wrestling competition I've been to that actually started on time. So well done PAA for that. And it went on, I think the last match, the actual last match was just after 7 p.m. So 7 hours of arm wrestling with a couple breaks in the middle, of course, but 7 hours of arm wrestling. I think the novice side of things took about an hour and a half. Um, and the War Zone was about 2.5 hours. So the War Zone, for anyone who's wondering, is a new concept that PAA is bringing on. This was the first time that I'd seen it play out. They did it last week in Motherwell. I think it's, yeah, Motherwell, um, up in Scotland. It's a King of the Table style concept. So the basic gist of it, so all against all, no weight classes, everyone's in the same pot. Um, King of the Table, winner stays on until they get 4 pins. And if they get 4 pins, then they get a break and they go to the bottom of the list. They run it out, run it out, run it out until everyone's pulled, and they randomize it again. Obviously, winner stays on, randomize it, next person comes on until they get 4 pins and they come off for a break. And then it was the first six people, the first six people, excuse me, the first six people to get 10 pins, and then they would move into the final. So you had six people in the final, and then to win the final, you needed to get 5 pins in total. So yeah, it took me a minute to get my head wrapped around it, but seeing it play out, it was a lot easier to comprehend. But cool concept. I definitely enjoyed the idea of it. Honestly, it's sad to see the other style of tournament go. Because from now on in the PAA, all regional tournaments, so every tournament apart from the nationals, will be the war zone from now on. So there won't be any weight classes in the pros in the PAA anymore. Um, which honestly I'm sad to see it go. But the war zone is a cool concept. I'll give them that. It is a cool concept. Um, but I won't have to worry about that for a while. Still novice at the moment. I was in the under hundreds this time. We had the under 80s, under hundreds, and the supers. So still got a while with the tournament and novice scene. So who's this? Ginger Rage Arm Wrestling just popped into the chat. Evening gents, quality venue. It was it was really nice. The Warzone format is cool. Shame about the turnout, but was still a good day. Yeah, we didn't have as many people as last year. Last year's devastating Devon see there was good 60 to 70 people there, I would say. Yeah, good 60 to 70, maybe even a couple more people last year. This year, quick off the top of my head, there was probably about 30, probably about 30 people in total. So it was a shame to see such a great venue not be filled. But we made the most of it anyway. We made it a good day. Shout out to everyone that came through. I had a great time in the comp and on the side table. Got to pull a lot of people that I hadn't pulled in a while, and again, a few people that I hadn't even met yet. So yeah, it was great to pull the women's category. Bianca felt very strong, good natural strength, good back pressure, good movements, natural top roller. And then Maddie, again, natural hook puller. Both very strong. Um, but I think Bianca's height and leverage and speed off of the go was just a bit too much for Maddie. But both very strong competitors, and if they keep it up, big future for the both of them. Um, it's good again. It's good to see the women's class stacking up. In the UK, I think we've still only got. I think it's less than 10. We've got what Aggie. Um, is it Catherine or Katerina? And there's two others that I don't actually know the name of at Club Torture. Then we've got obviously Charlotte Byford. We've got Eva down at Slough, Bianca, Maddie. And I think there's another one somewhere that I haven't met. I don't know the name of. So there's nine sort of in the pool. And then I think there's a couple others that are like the partners or family members or friends of other people already in the scene as well. So it's good to see the women's category filling up. We need to give Aggie some competition. She's been fighting the battles on her own for a little while now. Um, so that's awesome to see. To be fair, people like Aggie, people like even Charlotte, at the moment, if they're up for it, might as well take on some of the men as well, if the men are up for it. Um, I know Aggie's strong, very, very strong. European champ, world class puller as well. And Charlotte has been rising up the ranks as well. So if anyone out there is up for it, give them a shout. Give them a shout. They're in need of some competition for sure, for sure. Andy Wilton, women's class, finally. Whoop, whoop. Exactly that, exactly that. As I said earlier, it's not just a men's sport, it's a sport for everyone. Um, if you've got an arm, if you've got an arm, you can do it. So yeah, that was great to see. Yeah, let's get into the tournament. So as I said earlier, big shout out to James White from the Taunton Arm Wrestling Club for coming through and winning both arms, left and right. Big, big performance there. Matt Smith also had a very good showing on the left arm. I believe he got the exact same results as he got in the Dragonfire competition. He got second on the left and fifth on the right. So Matt Smith doing very well, coming out of Devon, the Explosive Arms team. Third place was a new guy. I hadn't seen him before. Sorry, mate, I can't actually remember your name. I didn't actually get to speak to you properly. I said, obviously, great performance today. Well done on that. Can't remember his name. I see him when I weighed in the day before. Uh, Dan Earthquake got him stripped down to his boxers, and he was like, "Nah, it's still not enough." I think he was like point something over 80, and he wanted to be in that. Oh, Lloyd, thank you, Andy. Yeah, Lloyd. Big shout out to Lloyd for coming third in his first competition. I think he got a good result on his right arm as well. Lloyd Chug, thank you, Ginger Rage. Lloyd Chug, yeah, great performance from him. He looked very, very strong. Clearly gym strong. Great physique on him. Absolutely stacked. So well done to, was it Lloyd Chug, um, for yeah, putting up a good fight in the under 80s. Dan Stone come through as well from Sussex Arm Wrestling, came fourth on the left, which is a big result for him after his recent performance from Dragonfire. I know he was upset with his own performance. Oh, hold up. Ginger Rage Arm Wrestling just put Lloyd Chug has British powerlifting records. Interesting. Great to hear actually. I need to give him a follow on Instagram if he's got it. Um, if that's so, and he came in and did that performance on his first competition, big future for Lloyd, for sure, if he sticks to it. I heard he's got a good inside, good side pressure power. Little bit of the shorter side, but in the under 80s, if he can keep to that weight, then it doesn't matter too much. But looked very, very strong on the day. So yeah, Dan Stone come fourth on the left. So great performance from him after Dragonfire and after his time of cutting. He's been recently cutting weight for the pros, the under 65 pros, and he's also coming for the under 66 kilo COA title. Good old bam, who is currently held by the Kingsman Hassan Al Hakim. So that match should be going down at four quarters. Four quarters is held on July 29th this year. This will be a collaborative event with Raw Arm Wrestling with Daffyd Lewis. So go head over to the Raw Arm Wrestling page on Instagram, the Gripfest page. That's what it will be. It will be a COA slash Gripfest event. Four quarters will be awesome. Some great matches on there already. We'll be releasing a preliminary match card soon. I'll do the rankings, the current rankings that we have. Current match card we have for Beast of the Beach, which is June 17th, and the current match card for four quarters, July 29th. So lots in store for season 2 of COA, and lots in store for arm wrestling in the UK in 2023. It's been a good year so far. Here's to more. Here's to more. Under 80s, anyone else who had a good showing? Yeah, James White, Lloyd Chugg, Matt Smith, Dan Stone. We had Jimmy McGeechan in the class. Who else was there competing? I'm trying to think who else was there. Give me a comment in the chat. Anyone else who I've missed out? But yeah, Ginger Rage. If Lloyd has British powerlifting records, I'll look it up for sure, for sure. He looked like that kind of guy. James Boughton, of course. James Boughton from the Devon club. Good to see him again. I haven't seen him compete for a good few months. Left arm, he didn't do too well. Right arm, he did a bit better. And congrats to him for going into the war zone as well, alongside Jimmy, Dan Stone, and a few others. Cheers, Andy. My guy, Andy. Dom Crane, of course. Dom Crane from Essex Arm Wrestling. Go follow him on Instagram under Dom Crane or Essex Arm Wrestling. So if you're in the Essex area or anywhere close, give him a follow. Go check him out. He trains at a gym over there. They've got their own table in a gym. So big shout out to him. He's been everywhere recently. He's been in the London Coliseum tournament. He's done a few other tournaments as well. I believe he got third place. I can't remember which arm, but he got third place on one of the arms. Dom Crane, big shout out. Killing it, man. Killing it. Absolutely killing it. Keep it up. Keep it up. Consistency is key, especially in this sport. What you put in is what you get out every time. What you put in is what you get out. It normally is with things, but arm wrestling especially, because it takes a long time to build up that conditioning. Takes a while to get the movements on lock. But yeah, big shout out to Dom Crane for just showing up, man, and killing it. Absolutely killing it. And a wicked guy as well. Really sound guy. Oliver Scott in the house, Dean in the house, all right there. All right there, all right there. Oliver Scott just pulled with Dom and a lot of people. Yes, I see there was a good session over at the London Minotaurs today. London Minotaurs Club ran by Jerome Bloom, multiple world record holder in grip sport. Go check him out on Instagram and YouTube under Jerome Bloom Gripcraft. I was tempted to come to the club today, mate, but I woke up a little bit late, got back late. It was like 12:30 that I got back last night. So a bit of a late one for me. So it was a bit late waking up. So unfortunately, it was a bit rushed for me to get over there. But if things work out, I'll be over there next week. in the London minor tours. Your club's been growing exponentially recently. Obviously the OGs, you got Jerome, the Rattlesnake, Hassan, Oliver. Then we've got like Edmar Thompson, the table maker. Uh, then you got some new guys coming through that look absolutely beast. David Sands looks absolutely ridiculous. Can't wait to pull him, a 7 foot giant. I believe he does rowing, so pulling all the time, and at 7 foot, so absolutely scary. Can't wait to be on the other side of the table with him. And loads of new people. Recently, you've got, oh, I can't even name. I don't even know all their names yet. I think there's a Rocky. I met Rocky. He's cool. Jake. Mashant. And then like three, four, five, six other people. So big shout out to the London Minotaurs Club. You're doing really, really good things for the UK scene at the moment. It's yeah, it's been blowing off. Been popping off for you at the moment. Good to see. Good to see the clubs expanding. I think in the past year, off the top of my head, I've seen about 6 to 8 new clubs in the UK just in the past even just this year, I've seen loads of new clubs, clubs expanding. You got like Peterborough Club, Taunton Club's pretty new. London Minotaurs is expanding. You got the Essex Arm Wrestling Dom Crane just coming through. Um, Peterborough's been expanding recently. Oxford's been doing very well. Shout out to Tim and Mark for doing their bit, and Jason, of course. Um, Milton Keynes has been popping off. Um, everywhere. Norwich, obviously. Norwich Arm Wrestling with Lewis Alexander, Harley Potter. Um, yeah, the UK scene is absolutely exploding at the moment. It's great to see. I do plan what while I'm on the topic of clubs, I will be doing a northern trip. Sorry, guys. I will be doing a northern trip. Looking at August, I'd say. August time. I'll be up in the north. I'll be starting at Liverpool. Be doing Manchester, hopefully Leeds as well while I'm up there. And should be in Scotland as well. So should be hitting up all the clubs if I can. If I can do all of them, I'll do all of them. So I know there's a few excellent pullers up there. Obviously, Club Torture, Leeds Arm Wrestling, the Greenock lads with Connor Sale. I don't know if they're just called the Edinburgh Arm Wrestling, but obviously David Bradford, Urban Arm Wrestling's over there. So August time, give me a shout if you're in the north, and I'll see if I can come through. I will mainly be sticking to the West Coast, so Liverpool, Manchester, um, and then up to Greenock as well. But I should, if I have the resources and I have the time, I would love to get over to Leeds as well. If not, we can organize a mega session. Um, Probably at Club Torture. I'll speak to Paul and whatnot and the lads over there, see if we can get a big session going. Um, and that'll be, yeah, I'm looking at August time, be probably mid August. We've got the pit August 26th. So what's 2 weeks before that? The 12th, August 12th, around that sort of time. Yeah, mid August. I'll be up in the north, and then a month later in September, I'll be down in the south. I'll be doing the south coast. So hopefully I'll be doing Bournemouth. I'll be doing, if I can, Bristol. Bristol's around about that area as well. Taunton, Devon, Cornwall, as much as I can. I plan to be doing a lot of traveling this year. I've missed it, honestly. been absolutely immersed in COA for the past year. Before Deadly Hands last year, I did lots of traveling, did Cambridge, did Devon, Milton Keynes, Oxford, um, and a lot of other clubs as well. So now that things are sort of settled and we're finding our feet, season two, plan to be doing a lot more traveling. So give me a shout. Give me a shout if you want me to come through to the club. Give me a shout and I'll see what I can do. See what I can do. Oliver Scott said Jake is by far the strongest out of the new guys. I see that guy, Jake. He put up, what was it, a 40 kg single arm bicep curl or single arm static. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Definitely gym strong. Um, I think he's still new. I don't know how many sessions he's actually been to, but yeah, Jake from London Minotaurs looks very, very strong. Can't wait to get on the table with him as well. Yeah, if I can, I'll get there next week. If not, if not, it'll be oh probably yeah, I'm very busy in May. I'm very busy in May, and June's pretty busy as well. So it'll probably be more July actually. But if not, I'll try and get there next week. Um, and have a good session. Be good to get on the table with you lot again. Right, back to Devon. Moving on to the under 100 kilo category. Um, that was very interesting actually. We had Ben Shepherd come through to win to win the under 100s. Unfortunately, got injured in the process. Um, I see him against Ben Taylor in the semi-final. Pinned him and came up and was holding his chest, and I was like, oh, okay, he's hurt himself there. But it seemed just like a little strain. Decided to continue. Obviously, in the final, you don't really want to give up in the final. But I don't know his opinion at the moment. But in retrospect, maybe it was a bad decision. But he did come through and win the left arm under 100s. But unfortunately got a slight tear in the pec. We recommended him to go get it checked out at the doctors or get a scan or whatever just to see the severity of it. Hopefully, fingers crossed that it won't actually be that bad of an injury. Is definitely injured. It's definitely injured. He had to hold his arm all day, and he couldn't lift his arm above like 10 degrees. So unfortunately, he did get injured, but hopefully is not too bad, and he can recover quick because that was a very, very good showing from Ben. Very, very good showing. Coming through to win it. Hopefully all goes well. He'll be back on the table in a couple of weeks, few weeks, maybe a couple of months. From what I could tell, it'll probably be a good 6 weeks to 2 months before he's back on the table. So everyone send their healing thoughts over to Ben Shepherd. We hope you recover well, mate. Good showing though, excellent showing. We just had a comment from all right there. Yeah, he got injured pulling in the left arm final and still won. Still won. So yeah, fair play to for Ben coming through, showing the strength, showing the tenacity to continue. But yeah, he'll strong, brother, he'll strong. Ben Taylor did very, very well. He was the most consistent puller of the day in the under hundreds. He, I think it was fourth or fifth on the left. I think it was fourth. And then came through and won the right arm under 100. So well done, and big shout out to Ben Taylor from the Kernow Arm Wrestlers. Older brother of Joe Taylor that you might have seen on COA. Ben's also over there. He had a great match with Ryan Barber. Get over to the Circle of Arms YouTube if you want to watch those. Who else do we have any under 100s? Oh, Daniel, I can't remember your surname, mate. Bearded fella, um, very strong. Trains with the Coventry lot. I'll be traveling up to Coventry soon to definitely pull with you guys. Great showing from your club. Um, I'll be, yeah, definitely up there. I've got Rudy's Instagram, so I'll message her. Yeah, shout out to Daniel. He did very well as well. I think he got fourth on one of the arms. He knocked me out on the left. Oh, here we go. Thank you. All right there. Mat Matusiak. Daniel Matusiak. Love that name. Matusiak. I love that name. Awesome name. Yeah, Daniel, he knocked me out on the left. It was I tried a top roll. We went to strap. I tried a top roll. Um, he got me over. So boom, elbow came up, little professional foul, wink wink. Come back on the next try and went straight inside for a press. Managed to get it over to my A side, but unfortunately I pushed too far forward, and my elbow just hovered off of the front of the pad. So Lee Weber was like, "Nope, stop," and that was it. That was my second foul and knocked me out of the competition. Before that, I had Scott Berkey's on the left and the right. Left, I was setting up for a top roll. Felt good, but then he just clamped that little extra. I was like, okay, let me just go underneath. Um, was gonna go for the press, but where I'd set up for the top roll and change like last second, I was still sort of going back, and I sort of went back and under, and by that time he'd already turned me over and got the pin on the left. On the right for myself, got Dean, my training partner. First round, we knew it would happen. We had a feeling it would happen. We had a pact though. If we met each other on both us on the A side, um, we would battle it out. If we met each other both on the B side, we'd battle it out. Or if one of us was on the A side, one on the B side, the one on the A side would lay down. But we got ourselves in a match in the first round, very first match of the right arm under 100s, and he got me, mate. He got me. I slipped underneath. Um, I asked for strap. I said it's going to the strap anyway. We might as well go there. He was like, nah. Slipped out of it, got into the strap, and fair play to you, mate. You've been leveling recently. Took my hand, held it for a little bit, but just took too much and took me out. Took me out. After that, I had Scott Berkey's on the right, and I am so upset with myself for doing this. So it was pretty even. It was pretty even. I felt like I had bit of an edge outside of strap. Inside of strap, he had a little bit of an advantage. We found that out on the side table. But I had the hit. Um, got it pretty good. He got it back to the center. Was trying to slip, so I grabbed onto his fingers, and you know, wasn't letting him slip. And then he got me down, got me down, got me down. I still had hand control. I felt good. I felt like I could have continued, but I was like, okay, now let's just slip and go to strap. Um, but unfortunately, because it was IFA style rules, slips in a losing position is a loss, which yeah, I'm really upset with myself on that part. I'm used to the COA rules at the moment. All slips go to strap in COA, so I had that in my head. So unfortunately, when we slipped, they called the winner. Um, in my head, I actually thought for some reason that I had won. I was like, yeah, yeah, he's slipping a losing position. That's it. But my mind just I confused myself, and fair play to you, Scott. You got the W on that one. Um, so I ended up getting sixth on the left. Dean ended up getting sixth on the right. Scott Berkey's got fourth and fifth on one and I think he got fifth on the left and fourth on the right, I believe. Um, yeah, Ben Shepherd doing very well. Ben Taylor doing very well. All right, they're coming in with the chat. That happened a few times with a slip. That happened a few times. Even a pro forgot to slip. It happens. It happens. Heat of the moment. You're in the match. You sometimes you don't think about all of the little niche things going on. But no, it was a wicked tournament. I enjoyed it. The under hundreds come through. Some really strong guys that day. Yeah, Daniel, Ben, both Bens, Scott Berkey's, myself, Dean. Big shout out to Dean, Big Dean Lever. Oh, there was another guy that I didn't get to pull. Can't remember his name, but he got fifth in the left. Tall guy, beard, snapback, tattoos. Can't remember his name though. Can't remember his name. If anyone can remember his name, pop it down into the chat, and I'll give him a little shout out as well. Um, don't think if there was any other standout happenings for the under hundreds. Um, great day. Oh, Dean, thank you, mate. Darren Lunn, Darren Lunn from Taunton, um, did well on the right. Um, on the left did pretty well as well. But his right is the stronger one. I faced him on the side table, had a good little battle with him on the left. So I'm actually looking for that match. I asked him about it. He said he's up for it. He just needs to look at dates and whatnot. So hopefully be working on that soon. And yeah, Jake Gross from the Colonel Arm Wrestlers, very strong guy. I think he got third on the right, if I remember right. Um, very strong dude, big hand, big thick hand. Very strong. Yeah, Colonel did very well that day. Colonel and Taunton, big up, big up. Um, all right, there says I think you know. I think I know who you mean. Can't remember his name. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Sorry, mate. But he did very well. And yeah, I can't remember any other standout moments in the under hundreds. Kyle Crosby did get the whole footage of the whole day. So hopefully he'll be releasing that at some point, whether he just does the whole full event, um, or whether he chops it down into different weight classes and whatnot. I'll have to ask him or give him an ask yourself. He's over on Instagram, Cal Crosby _1 or something like that. Um, so hopefully we'll be able to see some of the footage soon. Dan Stone also got some footage, so he might be putting some stuff up on that as well. Dom Crane got his matches. You can see that on Instagram. Any little bits, I think go over to Instagram. That would be the best place to find any footage or pictures from the day. Not sure if PAA's put anything up yet, but people that were competing there definitely have put up a few things. So yeah, head over to there. Moving on to the over hundreds. Not much to say about this one. There was only three competitors. I can't actually remember one of the guys' names. Sorry again. But big shout out to Jordan Davies from the Taunton Arm Wrestling Club. Came through and won both arms. Absolute gentleman as well. Great guy. Messaged him earlier and said, congrats and whatnot. Be good to see you on the circuit some more. And then Oliver Williams as well. Came second on one of the arms, third on the other arm. And also had an amazing pull against Alan Milne in the Pro Warzone. So that nicely segues us onto the pros. So we were expecting the pros to be weight categories on this one. This was going to be the last pro regional tournament with weight classes. But unfortunately, there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough in each weight class for the standard double elimination tournament. So they did the Warzone concept, which for anyone who wasn't here earlier, it's sort of like a king of the table concept style. All against all, no weight class, everyone's in the same pot. Winner stays on till you get 4 pins. You have a break, you come off. Keeps going down the thing until you get 10 pins. And then there was looking for 6 people to get 10 pins. And then they'd go to the final. And then the final 6 would have to get 5 pins to win it. 5 pins for second, 5 pins for third after that. And then after that, if someone's got 3 pins, 2 pins, 1 pin, that's your fourth, fifth, sixth. Or if 2 people have the same number of pins, then they'd battle it out for that position. So cool concept, pretty cool concept. It's a shame to see the actual tournament, double elimination tournament style, just go. I do like the Warzone concept, but I would like to see it as its own tournament. But if we haven't got the numbers, we haven't got the numbers, I guess. So we'll see how that plays out. We actually will be COA will be doing a double elimination tournament later this year at the pit. We'll be having a novice and a pro class. We'll also have a juniors class and a women's class if there's enough numbers. The juniors and the women's will be open unless the numbers go up to a considerable amount, and then we'll have an under and an over. Weight class is still to be decided. And then the novice and the pro will be under 75, under 93, and an open category. So get prepped for that. But yeah, back to the war zone. We had the top 6 was almost the same on both sides, left and right. Greg Foster did reach the final on the left side, but pulled out before the final. So yeah, someone else had a chance to jump in there. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. You can ask him yourself, but he did go through a lot of battles, so maybe he's just got a bit too much wear and tear from the actual tournament itself. So the top 6 again, as I just said, was pretty similar on both sides. We had Lee Weber, number 1, both hands, pretty much dominant throughout the whole thing. It was only Greg Foster that actually slowed him down at all. Greg managed to get the hit, get the stop. Lee got the hit. Greg stopped it. Lee surged again and got the pin, and that was the only time that Lee got slowed down in the whole tournament. So Lee Weber, mate, you're elite. You are elite for sure. Good to see you back in a circuit. We haven't seen Lee compete since the Pro Nationals. I think was that the Pro Nationals just gone or the one before? it's been a good little while now. He's cut some weight as well. He came in, I think it was 101 kilos, 101 kilos. So pro nationals this year is going to be very interesting if he's going to be in the under 105s. So look out any under 105s for sure. Um, Second place left arm, we had Mark McGinley from Slough Slammers and COA. He's been on a tear recently on the left arm. I think it was from, when was it? Before devastating Devon last year, um, that he hadn't lost at all on the left arm. So he's had over a year, no losses on the left arm in competition. Um, and only going to the pro tournament did he find his first loss. He lost to James Price, but then got the win back in the later in that round, in the final, and then lost to Lee Weber as well. But so did everyone else. So not too bad there. Yeah, big shout out to Mark McGinley, absolute legend, rising the ranks. Everyone watch out. He got a great pin off Josh Davis. Um, and yeah, great showing, great showing. Second on the right arm was Greg Foster. Um, Again, he was the only person to slow down Lee Weber on the day. Um, the Hammer, Greg Foster. Yeah, elite again, absolute elite. Still only been doing it what, 7 years, 8 years now. So still pretty fresh in terms of pros. So very impressed by Greg, absolute machine. And then I believe the rest, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth was the same on both arms. So we had Lee number one, Mark number two on left, Greg number two on right. And then we had, let's see, I need to remember this now. Josh Davis. No, there was one in between. James Price, that was it. So Lee, Mark, Greg, James Price, Josh Davis, uh, is it Daniel Waghorn, and Constantines from the Colonel Arm Wrestlers. So yeah, great showing from all of those guys. Big shout out to all of those guys I just mentioned. Um, Pro match of the day was for sure Josh Davis and Waghorn. It was very interesting actually. Right arm, Lee had already won. Greg had already got the second place. Constantine's got not injured, but he just got a bit tweaked, so he pulled out of the war zone, and then it was left to James Price, Josh, and Waghorn. I believe Josh and Waghorn was on 3 pins each, and James was on no pins at that point. Um, Josh and Waghorn had an absolute screamer of a match, and absolutely decimated each other's arms. James Price come in and absolutely took advantage of that situation and came back from 0 pins to 5 pins, taking third place. And that left Josh and Waghorn to battle it out for the final position. So yeah, great showing, great showing. Smooth competition, ran well. Venue was awesome. We had a projector screen as well, showing all of the upcoming matches, which was very helpful, especially in tournaments, because then you can see where you are roughly on the list, whether you got 2 matches to go, 3 matches. You can see who you're against. So you got a little bit of time to sort of strategize, if you know the opponent. So overall, it was a really good event. Really good event. Again, as Ginger Rage said earlier, shame about the turnout. I personally was expecting a lot more people. Um, but it is what it is. We made a good day out of it in the end. Big shout out to Dan Earthquake and Carl Crosby for organising. We had Alan Milne reffing, Scott Barrett, Lee Weber, um, Greg Foster jumped in for some reffing. There was a guy that I didn't recognize that did a lot of down reffing. If anyone knows who that is, drop it in the comments. Um, but yeah, shout out to him for doing some down reffing as well. Shout out to the pasty lady who was there providing food on the day. Thank you to Bideford College for providing us such a wicked venue. Um, and shout out to everyone on the day that turned up, put their arm on the line, put on a show, and here's to the next one. Here's to the next one. Great event. Um, Looking forward to the next tournament, which is the Pit. Um, I've got a few matches on the way to that. We've got Beast at the Beach, June 17th. Um, well, before that, we've got the BSAA sit downs in Worthing. Great turnout for that last year. We've got I think it's Kong Tut is organizing that, so go message Kong or the actual BSAA Instagram page to find out any information. I'm pretty sure he's already released a poster with information of the address and everything of the sorts on that. We've got the Shropshire event at the end of May, organised by Robbie Byrne and the Shropshire Arms. That looks like an awesome event. Um, it's a strongman cross, um, arm wrestling cross, powerlifting cross car show. So just looks like a wicked day out, to be fair. So get yourself over to the Shropshire Arms Instagram to find out any information on that. June, we've got, yeah, Beast of the Beach, COA's Beast of the Beach, June 17th. Um, we've got we've got some COA training days coming up. Keep up to date on the Instagram for all the details for that. July, we've got Four Quarters / Grip Fest. So message Dafford Lewis, Raw Arm Wrestling Grip Fest for any further information on that. August, we've got the Pit. September, I think September's pretty dry actually. I don't know any tournaments or events that's happening in September. Um, we are actually looking, it's not confirmed yet, but we are actually looking to do an international event in September. That would be mid to late September over in Switzerland. So if you're interested in joining us in Switzerland for an event over there, contact us. I'll be in talks with the clubs over there. I'll be over there again, hopefully in July, to get a training day over there. So if you want to come over, test the waters out in July, let me know. I want to take a few people over there this time. Last time we had myself, Dean the Lever, and Arnold, and our videographer Ash. Shout out One Studio. This time I want to take a few more if we can. Test the waters with a few different levels, and just have a really good time out there. So shout out to Bruno and the Gorillas, who'll be organising a lot of that. And yeah, let us know if you want to be a part of that. September, we're looking to do the event there. So if you're free in September and want a little trip to Switzerland, come through, message us, and we'll sort something out. October, we've got the Novice Nationals and Severed Hands 3, COA Severed Hands. So I believe sorry, Cole was distracting me. Severed Hands this year is predominantly going to be pros, internationals, and juniors. Novice are obviously welcome, but it's on the same day as the Novice Nationals, so If you're there, good luck on that one. If not, then give us a shout. There's always a space over at COA. October, November, we've got the PAA Pro Nationals up in Birmingham. Same location as last year. The Novice Nationals will be there as well. I'll be at the Pro Nationals this year. I'm looking to test the waters there, just to gain some experience. Looking to do the under 75s, which should be fun. Get some good experience over there. December, we'll probably have the Christmas Cracker from Arm Gods again. And I believe that's it for the year. But yeah, we're almost at May. We're what, a third of the way into the year. It's been a great year so far, great competitions, lots of arm wrestling. The expansion this year has been absolutely incredible. The community is awesome. Big love to everyone out there. Thanks for all the support. If you want to support COA even further, we've got a Patreon. I will be switching up the prices on Patreon. Currently, we've got a £9.50 tier, but I've been getting a lot of feedback from the community, and I will be switching up the payment style. So we'll have a £3 option, which is just going to be a basic support tier, where you'll get some exclusive news and a little bit of discount on merch as well. We'll have a £6 option where you'll get exclusive content, live events, and more discount, more exclusive news, and more chance to get picked in upcoming events as well. And then we'll have a £9 tier for even more exclusive content and more lifestyle stuff. So get yourself over to the Patreon, and support us over there. I'm just looking at the time. We're on 1 hour 7 minutes. Thank you everyone who's joined me tonight. This has been the Devastating Devon review. Appreciate everyone who dropped a comment in the chat. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to meeting everyone this year. A lot of traveling. As I said earlier, August, I'm looking to do a northern trip, a northern tour. So I'll be up in Liverpool, Manchester, Leeds, Scotland, seeing as many clubs as possible, doing as many collabs as possible. And then in September, I'll be in the south region as well, the south coast. So July, Switzerland, August, north, September, south. If you want to join me, if you want me at a club, let me know. I'll be there. And yeah, big love to everyone. I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully I'll sort out the COA YouTube and I'll be over there next week. I was planning to transition there today, but had some technical difficulties. So hopefully I'll sort that out. I'll do a test run tomorrow because it said 24 hours. And yeah, appreciate everyone. I'll catch up with you soon. Lots more content on the way. And yeah, guys, bring out the best. You know how it goes. Come on.